Let's go. Welcome to Smooth Talk Sessions. Kick back, learn cornhole lessons. From the backyards to big time blessings. Jay Smooth got the boards, got the questions. Smooth Talk Sessions. Hometown champs and the ones still stressing. Back in the head, that's the confession. Talking all things cornhole, that's the essence. We got locals, league kings, new rookies in the mix.
What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? This is Jay Smooth, and this is another episode of Smooth Talk Sessions. And today we got a very, very special guest. She is a community leader. She's the owner and founder of St. Louis City League sports program, Allison Cousins. Welcome to the stage, Allison.
Hey, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem at all. How you doing today?
I'm great. I'm so excited to get into this and talk to you and share what we're doing together.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So let's give the people a little brief introduction of who you are.
Sure. So, Allison Cousins, founder of St. Louis City League or City League. My background is in education, and I was a middle school PE teacher here in St. Louis City. And I identified a gap in opportunities for young people to play sports for their school. And that led me to found a nonprofit called City League, which partners with middle schools currently in St. Louis City, but we are interested in exploring what that would look like in the greater St. Louis area. And we facilitate sports in partnership with their schools. So that's cross country, it's volleyball, basketball, cheerleading, soccer, and we are so excited to add cornhole next year as a new program. So I'm really excited that we connected and that we get to bring a new opportunity to kids through cornhole.
As you see, I just brought up the logo, the City League logo. So you just kind of like, talked about the City League. Can you tell people a little bit about how many schools you're in right now and what sports that you may be offering in the City League?
Yes, yes, yes. So we have a membership model. So schools are kind of all in terms of our relationship with City League. And we have 11 member schools right now, mostly charter and independent schools. And we're really interested in exploring the expansion with a district model. So we're really excited. We have cross country and volleyball in the fall season, basketball and a cheerleading competition in the winter, and soccer in the spring. And next year, we're interested in piloting cornhole, sport stacking, which is like the cup stacking, which is really awesome,
Yeah.
and floor hockey or roller hockey. So we really want to bring new opportunities for kids that they might not like basketball or getting up and down the soccer pitch, but they still want to represent their school. They still want to have that team opportunity. So cornhole is a great sport to introduce, and not only does it expose kids to elements of the teamwork and the sportsmanship element, but it's also so much of the mental components of
That's
athletics as
right.
well. So I'm excited
Yes.
to continue to grow with more programming, but not just more programming that is really a big piece of our values, right? It's the holistic development of kids, and I think that's why you and I have connected and felt so strongly about the opportunities of working together.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. And thank you again for partnering with me so we can get this Cornhole with Smooth Youth Academy going. I can't wait. I'm super excited. So if you heard it here first, because I haven't really said too much, this is my partner, Allison, getting Cornhole with Smooth Youth Academy started
Yeah.
next fall, 2026, 2027 school year. So let's go. I'm
Yes.
super
Well,
excited. Go ahead.
I was going to say, can you share a little bit about how you've been going into some of our member schools and what the feedback is, and about a little bit more about that experience?
Yeah, I can. I can. So I'm gonna say, hey, what's going on, Michael, and what's going on, Matthew Davis? They was in the chat. So what's going on, guys? What's going on? And there's two good. There's two good guys right there, Allison, that are huge into the cornhole world. That's on playing on a professional level. So two
Awesome.
really good guys. Oh, two really good guys. But yeah, what I've been doing lately, a lot of people don't know. You may seen some pictures and videos. I've been doing demonstrations within some of the schools that we are trying to target to have the actual program in, and doing demonstrations, and the kids are loving it. Most of these kids I played maybe in the backyard or at a picnic or maybe at a baseball game, a football game, tailgating and stuff like that, and they never knew that it was as big as it is now. And to have me come in to demonstrate to these schools has been meant so much to me, and the feedback has been, amazing. I've had, Jenny's Middle right now, who I'm actually testing a pilot with right now, and it's working really well. I'm looking to going to who maybe 40, what we say, 46 schools to have for next school year.
Yeah.
I'll be hitting that mark in May with at least 5 demonstrations altogether. So hopefully those schools come back and say, hey, we want to get this going. And I think it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing to start this new youth academy, with you. And I mean, me, the sky's the limit. Like, remember you seen my shirt? It said the sky's the limit. I really truly mean that, and I think we're on the right path to make something great in our city. Then, we started right here in, St. Louis area to the St. Louis County to the Metro East. It doesn't stop there, So I'm just looking forward to teaching the kids something new, helping them with mentorship, leadership, communication skills, strategy skills, even just down to mental health. We have so much we can offer for what we're doing. We just using cornhole and different sports as foundations. So
Yeah.
thank
Yes.
you again.
Yeah. Well, you've been sending me some of the videos of the kids interacting with your demonstrations, and it's so heartwarming, but it's also, you can just see the excitement and the investment and the buy-in and the interest there, which is just a testament to what you're building and how I think, and the potential that what this program could look like under, as we work together.
Yes, yes, yes. I know. So I got something else to speak on. Let me go ahead and click on that. This right here. We got this coming up this
Yes.
weekend.
Yes.
What's this all about?
Oh my gosh. So, well, this is a really exciting event. This is our biggest event of the year. It's a community event, and it is all about bringing people out. It kind of
Hmm.
serves a number of purposes for both our organization and for our partner schools. So, athletics is unfortunately kind of the last initiative that gets budget funding, because schools have
Hmm.
very limited resources, and they are doing so much for kids. And
Yeah.
athletics being after school, and there's just a lot of costs that's associated with it, and a lot of times the school or the district kind of eat that cost, or the programs don't happen if the communities aren't able to support them by way of membership fees or fundraising. So
Yeah.
we've identified a lot of the kind of challenges that our schools face in hosting their own athletic programs, and one of those things is, everybody's trying to do the same kind of thing where they're fundraising for their schools, and it takes so much time and effort to host a fundraiser, right? You're getting
Yeah.
sponsors, you're booking the venue, and our intent is that if we all work together, we can have one organization doing all of the facilitation, and we invite every school to come and fundraise for their own athletics program. So that's what this
Yeah.
event is all about. Not only is it a fundraiser for our member schools, it's a fundraiser for City League, and kind of like top tier is that it brings all of our kids from all of our different member schools together, which is one of the kind of core facets of our program. Is because all the schools are very independent, and all
Hmm.
these communities are so heavily invested in their own community, as they should be. There's just not a lot of opportunities to cross with other communities, kids
Right.
from teams and other schools. And so at City League, we want to create more opportunities for kids to train together, for kids to, develop fundamentals together, and to do all of those things alongside one another. And so this event, again, is a fundraiser, but it's also a community event. It's to get your body moving.
Hmm.
It's about health and wellness. It's about mental health. And at the end of the day, it kind of checks a lot of the boxes in terms of what we're all about, is movement
That's
and
awesome.
community and connection. So thanks for sharing this. I would, anybody who's out there listening, I would love to have you come out and support the event. You can make a donation on our website, or you can come and run and participate or walk. Everybody who has a body is an athlete. So we would love
That's
to
right.
have you guys have you out and participating. And if you're interested in getting involved in City League in other ways, this is not the only event and the only opportunity to do that. So, if anybody in your community is interested in learning more, we would love to have you involved.
Most definitely. And it's going to be this Saturday, right?
Saturday, yes, it goes from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. It's at St. Mary's High School. They're such a fantastic partner, so gracious to host us. They've hosted a couple of our city championship tournaments. Coach Brian Turner also hosted a preseason basketball clinic for our kiddos. So they've really embraced what we were trying to do here in the community. And it's a great opportunity for kids to see what St. Mary's is about also, and see if it's an opportunity and a good next step for them after they graduate from middle school. So again, it's a win all around, and we're just so grateful for the support of the St. Mary's athletics staff and also their community.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So you're bringing communities together one bag at a time, but this time it's one, one kid at a time, really, because you're bringing so many different kids together from all different schools. I love it. Love
That
it.
that motto can go for anything. One lap at a time during the
That's
runathon,
right.
one
That's
sport
right.
at a time.
Hey, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's keep doing it. But let's talk about partnerships and pilot programs. I want to kind of touch on that too for you. This is something I was looking at also that you have your partnerships and pilot programs. So can you speak a little bit to those?
Absolutely. So, I think there's like 22,000 nonprofits in St. Louis. Many of them are foundations, many of them are serving communities and doing incredible work.
Hmm.
And I think that we have an opportunity as nonprofit leaders and as citizens of St. Louis, the greater St. Louis, to work together. And so, what we're trying to do is not reinvent the wheel or spin a wheel that's already spinning. It's like, hey, how can we partner with an organization who's already doing something really awesome, and that we
Yeah.
can, just really amplify our impact together. So,
Right.
Passback is a prime example of that. Maggie Sparrow, who is did this in her college, her MBA kind of program, or her I can't remember exactly, but she launched this in her post-secondary, like through a what's the word, like a project, and then
Okay.
decided like this is something I actually really want to pursue. And she built this, and Passback upcycles gently new and used sports gear and make sure that
Mm.
so all kids can play. And so it's been such a fantastic partnership. She has, donated, thousands or hundreds of shin guards to our players, and socks, uniform shirts. There's lots of soccer clubs out there that have extra gear that they can't use anymore. And so we can find kids that can use it. So New Dimensions is another program. So they focus specifically on soccer. They've hosted clinics for us and coaches training. So again, it's not that we want to try to reinvent any wheel or create our own wheel. We want to partner with
Right.
organizations that are already doing this excellent work. And again, that really speaks to why this partnership makes so much sense. Like we
Right.
don't need to bring our own cornhole program in house. We want to work with you to do that because you're the expert. You already have the skill set, the community, and the tools to do that. And we want to partner with you so that more kids can play.
I love it. I love it. Partnerships mean so much. Sometimes you may run to somebody that is doing something a little bit different than you. But like again, I tell people sometimes we may be in different lanes going down the highway, but we try and get to the same destination, right? So, I just love this for us. So I just wanted you to speak on that a little bit. So I got something else I want to show you too, because I think this is very, unique what you got going on with the Champions Club.
Yeah.
Champions Cup. So kind of speak to that also.
This is really cool. I'm excited to see how this continues to grow and evolve. This is our pilot year for the Champions Cup. What it is it's about community, and it
Yeah.
is about engagement from not just athletes, but the whole school community at large. So this is um, a community competition where students and community members can earn points for their school. So when I describe it, I often use the analogy of Harry Potter's house cup. Like you got Gryffindor and Slytherin,
Mhm.
Ravenclaw. But each school is earning points, and that might look like attending the runathon and participating in the runathon. That might look like going to the clinics that all the other kids from different schools are going to. That might look like filling out a survey, so it gives us feedback on how we can, make sure our programs are, serving in the needs that, serving in the best interest of those communities that we're partnering with. That might look like a sportsmanship moment. That might
Okay.
look like a kid or a team staying after the game and cleaning up all the trash out of the, off the bench. Like,
Mhm.
it's doing the right thing, the extra thing, it's showing up, it's buying in, and we wanna make sure that those schools and teams are celebrated for it, because the stronger that we can be, not just strength in our own school, but stronger that we can be as a community, as a whole, you know, the more impact that we can make.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing, how this works because it'd be my first time really, experiencing it. So I'm looking forward to the Champions Cup and, with the cornhole involved with that. So because we can still pick, players from that area also. So,
Oh,
that's
absolutely.
gonna be pretty cool. That's gonna be super cool, super, super cool. So that's something I want to show you right here because I think this is super awesome right here. Who's all these people? All these faces.
Well,
Who
those
all
are
these faces? I had some
oh,
people cut off, but I
that's
got your kids and
yep.
your fiance in the back. So yeah, most definitely kind of speak to that.
Oh my gosh. This is like part of my community, my people. That's my fiance, Andrew, our family friend, and, our baby girl, Layla, my son Knox and daughter Josephine, and then some family friends that we took a trip down to the lake with. So,
Nice.
one of the things that we really value is deep and, personal relationships. And this is a family
Mhm.
trip that we've been doing for 5 years now. We make sure we prioritize it every year. And, it's an unplugged weekend. We don't know exactly what the weekend's going to hold, but we eat a lot of food, and this year it was like 80 degrees and we got to go on a boat on spring break. And previous years it was like 20 degrees and we were,
Yeah.
freezing. So, yeah, these are my some of my favorite people. And thanks for letting me have an opportunity to shout them out, because I couldn't do what I do without their support and their investment in me and in my vision for what City League can become.
What it becomes, yeah. I mean, they play the biggest part, right? Because they're the ones who are pushing you every day to go out there to continue doing what you're doing, and that's what you're doing it for, right? So I
Yes.
love it. I love it. I love it. So I got this video for you. I want to show you.
Oh boy. Go Sucker!
I'm Kieran and I'm passing the phone to somebody who's a good defender.
I'm Haley. I'm passing the phone to someone that's always there to be a backup goalie.
I'm Billy Ann and I'm passing the phone to someone who's a wall while playing goalie.
I'm Olivia and I'm passing the phone who's quick on their feet.
Hi, I'm Ariana and I'm passing it to Allison.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh,
That was pretty cool. You just did that one last week, right?
we did, yes.
Yeah.
You have inspired me to get a little bit push myself to be out there a little bit more on social
Push
media.
those buttons.
Yes. You're inspiring me, and at the end of the day, we want to be able to highlight these kids. Like, they're so
Yeah.
special. They deserve to be, featured, highlighted. They are just wonderful kids that are working hard. They're, for the most part, getting good grades so they can stay eligible to
Mhm.
play, which is really kind of what our value is, right? We want to use sports
Yeah.
as a tool to make better people, and right, and for kids to figure out what their sport is or what their thing is, so that they can make, themselves better and make the world a better place around them.
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely. I want to something else that we talked about when we first met that kind of takes up a lot of your time. It's going to be right here.
Oh boy.
We talked
Yeah,
about this, and that's like more your life right here. Also,
this is
talk
a big
about
part of
this.
my life. Yes. So I'm, for better or for worse, a big hockey mom. I'm the manager of, or have been the manager of my son's teams the past several years, and
Mhm.
Andrew, my fiance, has been the head coach, and my son Knox is all into hockey. And we are still encouraging him to be a multi-sport athlete, because that is very
Yeah,
important. But we love hockey, and it is the hockey community. I think there's so many things that I love that transcends across any sport, but it is you really become a family, and you're ready to show up for those people in any way, anytime. You spend
mhm.
so much time together. You see all sides of every family, and it is such a special part of our lives. And I feel like we're living in the glory days right now, because I spend most of my afternoons driving from point A to point B, from rink to rink, or basketball gym to volleyball gym. But at the end of the day, it is sports are such an important part of not just my life, but my family's life now
Right.
because we know what they can do for kids.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the chances of this kid going to the NHL. Don't tell him I said this, but are pretty low. I don't want to burst his bubble, but when he says I want to go, I'm going to go play in the NHL, and I'm like, what are you going to do? What are you willing to do to get there?
That's
That's
right.
the
That's
question,
right.
and that's going to make him decide how hard he wants to work and what effort he wants to
Yeah.
put behind that, and whatever that is, I support. Um, so yes, hockey mom, hockey manager, big part of my life. You got to hear all about it.
Oh yeah, I heard all about it. But you just brought up a good point though, because one thing, a lot of kids, because we both grew up playing sports, right? And sometimes we like playing sports, but sometimes we don't love it. It's a difference because you're gonna put in different kind of work ethic into it. If you really love it, that's the ones that go to the NBA, or they go overseas to play ball, or they play in the minor leagues in baseball or hockey or whatever the case may be. They get to the next level. So that's something I always strive, and always tell kids all the time. You have to love it what you're doing, and just like anything in life, if you love what you're doing, you're gonna get to a point where them doors just start opening it up for you. Because I mean, this because so I mean, we didn't talk about that. What sport did you play growing up, and what sports you played in college?
I played a little bit of everything, dabbled in mostly softball, basketball, and volleyball. Then I played volleyball Division II for Alabama Huntsville.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
you know, I have so many coaches and mentors that have, that I attribute to becoming, shaping me into who I am today.
Hmm.
All of the work ethic and the drive and the figure it out mindset is because I was an athlete. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
again, what are you willing to do to get there? And that's
That's right. That's
um,
right.
kind of how it goes. So
And you put in the work to get to the next level. Because it wasn't by just accident. You was out there putting in that hard work. You had the injuries, you had the long nights, you had the long days. You just on those courts and on the softball fields and all that stuff, putting in the work. That's how I looked at it. Because I went, as you know, I went to college on track scholarship, so I couldn't be out there slow poking. I was a sprinter, so I had to improve on my sprinting every day because it was some freshman trying to come and take my spot every time. So it was like you had to continue to go. I
oh
got a
my
funny story though. I got a funny story. So it was they had a 35 and up. This is years ago. 35 and up track league out in Chesterfield. So I'm thinking, oh, I'm a good sprinter. I go out there and do the 200 and the 100, right? Yeah. So it was like a 25-year-old kid. I'm like, whatever. So on 200, I got to the first 100. I had the lead. He beat me by like 50 yards. That's when I realized, yeah, I'm 35.
yeah, yeah. Well, okay, speaking of that, we're 2 weeks in, but my kids and I have been waking up at 6 a.m. once a week, and we're going to the track right now, and we're doing
Nice.
work, and we're doing my daughter's doing track right now, so we're trying to, inspire that, but also get her, push her a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, so me and another mom and both of our kids, we were out there and we did a 200 relay. And I mean, both of us were like, I don't know the last time I sprinted. And then, of course, the algorithm heard me. So then I started getting all these memes about, sprinting. But then I saw a statistic that said, like 10% of adults never sprint again after they turn 30, or I'm making that up, but like it is incredible and it's true and
Yes, it
sad.
is. It is. It is. And I'd be wanting to get the track now. I'm 48 now. I just couldn't even imagine. I probably could do a 50. I might still do a 50-yard dash, and probably keep up. I don't know, but I can try. But I might pull something, or maybe in the hospital or something like that. But it's
Well,
okay.
I gotta give a shout out. Speaking of wanting to get back into track, there's a it's not new anymore. It's emerging, it's growing, it's booming and thriving. But it's called Run It Back Track Club. It's in St. Louis Adult Track Club.
Really?
Right. Yeah, it's
Hmm.
awesome. They're just starting their season in early May, and then they're in their third season right now, and they go through the summer and into August, I think. But so it is never too late, and it's for adults of all ages and all athletic abilities, and um, you know,
You gotta tell me more about that. 'Cause I get out there.
yes,
I got to stretch for 3 months, but I get out there. I stretch for a couple months. Give me a couple of ice cold baths and some some,
yes,
some Epsom
yes,
salt.
yes, yes.
But no, I would do it. I would literally go out there and still sprint as long as I feel better. I'm in shape. I'll go sprint because I'm always itching. When every time my daughter ran track before she went out to Grand Canyon. university, and I used to be out there sprinting with her, and she was kicking my butt, but I was never really working out and stretching or stuff like that. So yeah, I'll go out there and do it. I'll
Yeah.
go out there and do it.
It's amazing
You
what your
said,
kids do. Oh, I'm laughing
yeah.
at this. The only thing running in my house is my refrigerator.
That's Wally Castle. He's one of the commentators in cornhole. He plays also. He's out in Vegas right now. What's going on, Wally? I'm here with Miss Allison Cousins. If you don't know, we was talking about what we got going on. Again, that we are starting a cornhole program within the middle schools right now in the St. Louis area. We're going to call it Cornhole with Smooth Youth Academy in partnership with St. Louis City League. So it's going to be amazing. Wally, I think I kind of mentioned to you what I wanted to do, and we getting it done. We're getting it done. Thank you to Allison. She has really opened up a lot of doors for me already. So thank you again, Allison.
Of
But
course.
let's get back to running again. I want to do it, but you got to come out there with
Okay.
me.
Done. I'll be there.
All right, cool, cool,
Yeah.
cool, cool. We're gonna do it seriously. We're gonna do it. So make sure you tell Ree to have my insurance card.
Can you like up your life insurance limit or whatever before we do this too?
No, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be fun.
I'll
But
be
I'm
there.
gonna yeah. Let's think about when we get out there and do it because that'll be real fun. But
Okay.
yeah,
I'm going.
back to what I was saying. Like go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh no, no, no. You go. You go.
No, but that's my buddy Emery. What's going on, Emery? But yeah, that's gonna be fun. But back to what we are saying about the program. I'm truly looking forward to what we can do just with just the program in general. If it's not even just cornhole, just us getting in there just to get to talk to the kids, to show them different things, and of course, we're not just gonna be working with just cornhole. You know me. I'm a basketball ref. I do all kind of stuff. So I'm always doing some kind of promotion and marketing too. So I'm good at all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna work together in so many different ways. I'm just looking so much. I'm looking so much for it. I'm looking forward to what we can do in the future. It's just amazing. Just where a thought can come to your head. Say this is what I'm going to do, and now we are here and we're doing it. So it's
Yeah.
amazing.
It is, and it's so hard to, I a challenge when I first started was like you have this end goal where you're like, this is where I
Hmm.
want to go, but there is a lot of places that you have to go before you get there, and I think you're kind of walking through those same steps slowly as
Hmm.
I have, and I'm still going there as well. So, um, as a visionary and as somebody who is really has like aspirational dreams around like what impact this could be, and you really truly see and feel the vision and the potential of this vision. So again, it's incredible to be a part of kind of the start of it, and to so that
Yeah.
we're going to look back
Yeah.
in however many years and say, remember when we first sat down at Squires in Lafayette Square,
Yeah. Yeah.
met for the
Yeah.
first time, and we were like, "Oh my gosh, we have so many things that we're both thinking about doing, and
Yeah.
how do our visions align?"
Yeah. So we're gonna tell the people that you said something. You said a phrase without even looking at my shirt, and that's when I knew it was just meant to be. Tell them what you said to me without, and I had the shirt right in front of you,
Yes.
and you said it, but you didn't even know I had the shirt on. So
And I
what did
think
you say?
it was your tagline, right? It was
Yeah,
the sky's the limit, and
and you said that, and I said, wait a minute, it's right here, and I
I was
just knew then. I said,
like,
wow, it just makes sense. It just
yes, yeah,
makes sense. So yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So again, Cornhole with Smooth Youth Academy in partnership with the City League, St. Louis City League, coming soon. We're trying to get 2026 and 2027 school year started with a 4 to 6 school pilot program, maybe 4 to 6 weeks program to get the kids together, play against each other, then maybe have like a nice big tournament for them at the end. So looking forward to that, and hopefully everybody get to come out and watch what we got going on, see what we got going on. You'll see more of that online and me promoting stuff. I just did on a demo the other day with South City,
South City.
um,
All right.
South City Community, yeah, South City Community School, which was amazing. The enthusiasm from the kids, oh my God. I'm talking about I had a whole cheer squad, a crowd, fans. It was just amazing just to see these kids from fourth grade all the way up to eighth grade, their enthusiasm to learn a new game in this cornhole. And like I said, so they was familiar with it, but when they got to see me playing, so like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is serious, and I got to talk to them, explain to them, and teach them the, the rules and how different grips and the stances. It's just so much, we can put into it for the program. It's going to be amazing. So, again, be on the lookout for us. Yeah, but also be on the lookout for St. Louis City League. Allison has a lot of programs going on. So if you guys know any kids in the city right now and that's looking for different programs within, tell them the schools that you're at.
Oh boy. All right. Let me hold on, let me pull this up
I
so
didn't
I
mean to
don't.
put you on the spot.
Oh, it's all right, I got it. We are in 11 schools right now, and a couple of our schools are have a district model, so they have multiple campuses. But we are in Atlas Public Schools, which is right now I think K through 5, and so they're growing a grade level, and they're also expanding in their elementary into another campus. So they're doing a wonderful job educating kids and growing tremendously. Gateway Science Academy, Center Cross Academy, Momentum Academy has a couple different schools. South City Community School, City Garden, Montessori School, KIP Inspire, Northside Community School, St. Louis Language Immersion School, and we also work with Parkway Northeast Middle School for basketball this year. So,
Yeah,
we're actively exploring expanding into a number of the districts in the greater St. Louis area through a pilot program with this expansion for basketball, specifically for one program next school year, with the intent to kind of grow into all of these districts fully in the year beyond that. So like I said, I think we're kind of really on the cusp of tremendous growth,
yeah.
and I think this is going to be a really big culture building year for us, and
Hmm.
we really want to center our values around, it's not win at all costs. It is when it is all about the kid getting, developing, whether it be fundamentally in that sport or developing as an individual. It is about their, self-confidence and their mental wellness. It is about their willingness and desire to come back. Because if we
That's
can't,
right.
if they don't have an experience that makes them want to come back and participate again, then we don't have the opportunity to impact them any longer. And so,
Yeah,
we really, really want to make the culture of City League live and breathe those values, so that kids continue to engage, and we want kids to participate in multiple sports and programs. And
that's
that's why
right.
it's so
That's
exciting
right.
to bring new partners in where we can offer additional opportunities, so that they're not, going into a club sport pigeonhole too young, because that happens so much right now in youth
Yeah,
athletics. Is, you kind of silo yourself, and you feel like you're missing out and getting behind. But until you're in high school, and sometimes even longer, like I was a 3 sport athlete in high school,
hmm,
and until you are really ready, the risk of burnout, the risk of injury, all of these things is greater if you're only playing one thing year round.
yeah.
And so we want kids to try new things, try cornhole, go, pick up roller hockey, sport
That's right.
stacking, play volleyball for the first time. When you run a volleyball slide, which is like a hit behind the setter,
Uh-huh.
you use the same footwork as a basketball layup. So all of these skills
Mm.
that transcend across
Transferable,
our home. Yes,
transferable skills. I love it. And I
yes.
did want to kind of tell our viewers that I had a couple people reach out to me like, "Oh, who was those people? The cornhole scores. Actually, those were City League soccer scores that I posted. So if you guys start seeing different scores out there, I'm posting for the City League. It's right now for the City League soccer program. So just to give you guys a heads up, because I had a couple people ask me, well, who was playing cornhole? I was like, well, no. I'm helping out Allison with the scores and stuff for City League soccer program. So
Well, can I shout you out, because you have again inspired me to get more active on social media. I have a great support system, and I have a board of
yeah.
directors, and I have a lot of support, but I am truly a one-woman show in terms of I
Mhm.
am operations, I'm program management, I'm marketing, I'm fundraising, I'm
Yeah.
communications. And so, sometimes social media is kind of the last thing that I get to, but I really have appreciated that you've inspired me and challenged me and encouraged me to um, make that a higher priority, because that's what the kids are about. And if we're not
Yep.
meeting the kids where they are, then I'm not doing my job right. So those scores was Jay he really like created the template for us, and now it makes it really easy for me to go in and post those scores. So
Yep.
those are things that you're doing behind the scenes to support us, and it doesn't go unnoticed, and we're really appreciated. I'm really grateful and appreciative of those efforts that you make.
Yeah, like I told you when we first met, we are partners now. Let's continue to strive for greatness. And the sky's the limit, remember? The sky's the limit.
That's right. You brought
We
that
just
full circle.
starting. Yeah, we just starting. We just starting. So before we get out here, Allison, do you want to give anybody shouts outs to anybody out, just that you've been working with, your staff, whoever, you want to give any shout outs?
Well, I have to say, I have to shout out my board of directors, Aaron Barini, Riley Foster, and Gus Kempa. They have
Nice.
been with me through a number of transitions. They've really helped to kind of rebuild and strengthen City League and help kind of understand how we can be viable and be
Mhm.
sustainable. And now we're in a position where we're ready to grow. We also recently brought on a new development partner through
Nice.
Mission Aligned Partners. Her name is Stephanie Lautenschlager, and she's already making a tremendous impact for us. So these are the people that are working behind the scenes that they don't get enough credit,
Right.
and they are reading emails and giving feedback and all the things that have to happen. And really it's the thought partnership that I need, because at the end of the day, I don't want this to be an Allison show. It's a community, right? It's for
City
everyone.
League. It's a
Yeah.
city league for everybody. I want to give a shout out to Gus also because Gus is the person who connected us. So shouts out to Gus big time because you made this happen. So we owe you.
Yep,
We
yep.
owe you, buddy. We owe you. No. But I want to give a shout out to you for all the things that you're doing in the community because you're a community leader. So that's something I strive, for every day, to be in the community, be the community leader or advocate for our children, that's in these schools and areas that don't have a lot of support. And you're going in and doing something like what you're doing right now and providing these sports and activities for these kids to have something besides what's going on outside of their homes, right? So I just want to shout you out for that. I'm looking forward to continue to work with you to continue to make these things bigger, 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 and better every day. So shouts out to you, Allison.
Well, thank you, and right back to you. Like I said, I'm so excited to work together. You're already making an impact both behind the scenes and in real life, living out kind of the commitment that you are aspiring to reach to, and doing a lot right now out of the goodness of your heart with this
Right.
bigger vision as our goal together. So
Yep.
I'm so excited, so grateful, and I think that there is really the sky's limit with what we can do,
Mhm.
and if we all work together. I think sports has so much power, sports and programs like this, to connect communities and um, strengthen St. Louis. So I'm excited
Yeah.
to do the work with you.
Yeah. So before I let you guys, want to let everybody know again, just gonna repeat it one more time. Cornhole with Smooth Youth Academy program in partnership with St. Louis City League will be coming next fall. So be on the lookout. You heard it here first. That's my partner right here, Allison Cousins. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. It was such a smooth experience, right?
It was.
But thank you again. Thank you again. You have a good night. I'll be talking to you tomorrow.
All right.
Talk
Thanks
to you
so much.
tomorrow.
Yes,
All right.
appreciate you
All
having
right.
me.
Have a good one. Oh man, that was awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So you guys just heard it here first. I am starting my Cornhole with Smooth Youth Academy next fall with the St. Louis City League, man. That's amazing, man. We're gonna try to get to 46 schools to start the program for these kids to compete against each other, with different schools, and then we have a big tournament at the end. So I want to thank Allison for allowing me to be a partner to make this happen. It's something it was a dream of mine a while back anyway, and I was able to make the connection and network with the right people to land this. So it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. So I want to give a huge shout out to one of my sponsors of the program for next school year. Is going to be Fly Cornhole. So I want to give a big shout out to Eric Porter and Melissa for being one of those sponsors. They're going to be providing bags and things like that. And it's just going to be an amazing, amazing partnership with them also. So shouts out to Eric and Melissa and Fly Cornhole, the whole Fly team. Shouts out to you guys. I appreciate you guys, supporting the vision and the program. So much love to you guys and shouts out to you guys. I hope everybody's having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Tuesday, man. It's nice outside, man. Get out there if you could before it get too dark and get you a little walk on. Come back in, drink you some water, man. Just chill, man. Oh man, it's Jay Smooth, man. I just want to give another shout out to my new podcast with my fellas, the 1432 podcast. We got a new podcast coming out called Smooth 1432. We will be going live and having some recordings also that we'll be dropping real soon. This podcast is going to be a space to have different people on, from businesses to entrepreneurs to, mentors, mental health. We just have a safe space for men and women to come and have conversations with us. So this is our new podcast, Smooth 1432 Podcast. Shouts out to my brothers with the 1432 Podcast, Josh and Mike. We'll be sitting down real soon. Love you, brothers, man. Appreciate you. This is going to be another part of what we got going on, man. So be on the lookout for that too. Smooth 1432 Podcast coming soon. So shouts out to them. Also, shouts out to all my sponsors and my cornhole family for all the support, all the love, man. It's just been so amazing, man. We got so much more to do, so much more coming up. Much love to everybody. This is Jay Smooth with Cornhole with Smooth, Smooth Talk Sessions, Smooth Takes Podcast, and the Smooth 1432 Podcast. Much love to you all. Peace.
Step in, lean back, mic high, yeah, we mean that. Game talk, real facts, turn it up, let the feet smack. Big plays, big brains, level up, we gon' play safe lane. Smooth flow, sharp takes, every line hit like a heartbreak. Welcome to the vibe, it's that smooth talk session. Kick back, tune in, this your new obsession. From the first word drop, you can feel progression. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Smooth talk session. Woo.